This would be the 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe. This would be the ignition piece. Because I was able to get it out of the sleeve, this is the cylinder, and the part that holds it would be a sleeve. So what I found is, the first thing you're gonna do, or should I tell you, I was already successful at it. I actually took it apart prior to this video. This was the broken part of the screwdriver that was broken in there. This was in the ignition. So this piece here, it's pretty amazing. Caused all that damage in that ignition. So should this ever happen to you in your ignition of your vehicle, you might be successful like me in removing it. But I also discovered too that if what they call a tumbler on the inside, or a wafer, whatever the definition of what they are on the inside, if they're damaged, you could just remove it. Thus, your key will still work the same way, and you're not going to have any issues with it. In fact, you could remove all the wafers in here. I am not kidding you. And you can use your key and this will turn on and off. With that being said, let's go ahead and have a look at this. Before we start, you're going to need to remove this piece. This piece is going to require a specific tool. You could get it at Harbor Freight. The process, it looks like spider fangs. It goes on, and like pliers, it opens up. It goes into the circles, it opens up, and you're able to take this ring off. The ring is already removed to speed the purpose of this video. I didn't have that tool, so I used a flathead screwdriver. Now, only if you're cautious, if you take your time, you're able to get a screwdriver in there. You have to set this at an angle. You're able to open it up and get beneath it and pry one side. Do not try to stay on this little ledge and pry it all the way up. You have to work the screwdriver around. The reason for it is if you pop this top off just one half and you try to pull it up, your ring is going to be lopsided when you put it back on, or crooked, which could lead to further damage. Assuming you got this ring off, you can go ahead and slide the ring off, right? I'm going to put the ring down on the table. Alright, that's down. Once that's down, you're going to rotate this around this way. But first, let's have a look at this. This was the part that was drilled. This is going to need to be cleaned up, because the fact that I didn't drill deep, if I clean this up, we could actually reuse this whole thing again. You don't have to drill this pin all the way down, like I said in, I believe that was video number 5. This would be video number 6. You don't have to drill this all the way down. See how thin that plastic was? It was just enough to slide it out. We're going to clean that up. So we took this ring off. Now that you took this ring off, watch this. I'm going to rotate it. See this little rubber edge? Keep rotating. There's another rubber edge, but this time it's hard to see because it's on the black plastic. All that is, it's a secure pin. You could use a needle if you're in your home, a safety pin. You stick that piece down and you gently pop this up. Watch this. I don't know if you're seeing this clearly. Alright, look at that. It's coming up. And you can grab it with your hands. There it is. You remove it, and that's what it is. it looks similar even if you rotate it. The design is all the same. We're gonna put this to the side. So put that there. This was the piece we took out. This was our ring. Now that I've done that, I removed that rubber piece. It stops this sleeve from moving, the plastic moving forward, coming out. So we're gonna push this up. Now that I push it up, I discovered something. This will not, the metal will not slide out of the plastic. Why? Because when we rotate it, it comes all the way back to that one pin. So you have to press it down and slide it out of the cylinder. And that's not gonna happen. But because I took this apart already, I realized I did not have to remove this plastic from the cylinder. So I can go ahead and put this piece right back in. There's only one way it goes in. You'll see that it just lies in and you just push it. That's all. That's simple. Pushes in, sticks in by itself. It won't come out. The reason why I took it out just now is to show you. Being that that ring is gone, we're going to slide this ignition piece out. There are wafers on both sides of this ignition. But then before we slide it out, let's tilt the head a little. Do you notice there's a black, looks like a magnet. It's right there on top. Let's see if I can get some light on it or something. It's right there. I'm scraping at it. It's black. If you were to rotate the cylinder, there's no more black anywhere located on this. So why is this important? Because it only goes on one direction. So since the black part is up, it looks like a magnet. Let's look at the top part. So that magnet, when you stick a key in, and it's not a magnet, I'm just calling it that because it looks like it. But when you slide the key in, it has something to do with activating a safety rod, which is this. When I teeter-tot it, you're able to turn the key. At the same time, it makes the chime activate it. Bing, bing, bing. So black part up. Now we're going to pull this out. Get ready for this. As I pull it out, I'm gentle. I'm doing it with my 2 fingers. Oh, did you hear that click? That would only mean one thing. There's the springs in here. So I'm going to press on this piece back here, downwards, and look. So this will not slide out unless you press on this diving board like spring. If you press down on it, the cylinder will slide out. So let's go ahead and press it down. I don't know how to hold it to do it. We're going to find a way. Alright, now that I'm doing that, uh-oh. Do you see those brass pieces in there now? And I'm going to point at it with the red part of the pick. That brass fitting right there. They call these wafers, tumblers. They have numerous names. But not only is it on the top, but it's also on the bottom. These are spring activated. And in fact, I'm a lucky one because the brass piece could have shot out. And the spring is so tiny on these that you are not going to find it. No matter what. I'm on a stainless steel table. That'll help a little. So we're going to press this piece back down again. I'm going to put it in my hands somehow, some way, and manipulate it. Let's hold it like this. And I'm going to gently pull it out. And there it is. Look at that, guys. You can see right through it now. Remember the black part. There is that black part I told you about. So it goes on the upper part of this. Just put this to the side and let's have a look at this ignition. Now that we're here, these brass pieces are spring activated. Watch this. Boing, 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 boing. See that? Boing. Whoa. Uh-oh, that wasn't a good idea at all to be playing around. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. There's the spring right there. Do you see it? Let's move a wafer out. Let's see what a wafer looks like. And I'm going to lay it down just the way I got it out. And put it down gently. Ah, it rolled over a little. We don't want nothing moving. And we're going to have a look at this wafer. There it is. The spring is actually on this side of it. And it pushes up against this piece. See how I'm pushing it upwards? So the spring is still in there. And that's it. Hey, did you know? Probably didn't. But these wafers are usually numbered. And they're numbered on the Toyota. And the purpose of them being numbered, these wafers, whatever you want to call these, is in case you ever want to get a new set, they know how to put these into a cylinder. You could actually go buy a used cylinder of some sort, put your own wafers in here, and it'll work on your own key. And that's only if you want to dig deeper into your own work. Let's put this wafer back. So I'm going to pick it up gently and remember where it went. So it went right here. And there it is. Now look at the bottom ones want to just fall down. And yes, it's true, they can. If they fall down, the springs fall down, and we didn't put these back the right way, we're in trouble. This is why we should not be playing with this. So I'm going to turn it sideways so nothing falls out. By them sticking a screwdriver in here, they damaged all the metal around it. So I manipulated the metal and put it back. That's what that looks like. So we didn't need to buy a new ignition at all. If you're wondering how I got that piece of lockout, the screwdriver, which is right there on the table, I actually removed 2 wafers in order. I could see the screwdriver was in there. I used my pick from Harbor Freight. They look like dentist picks. These are really cheap. They're like $4 and you get 5 of them. I tend to like not only the generic version, but the really expensive versions. They're really, really good to even have both of them. Let's put this back in there, shall we? Or if you'd prefer, we could actually have a look at it. If we do, let's set this to the side gently, right? We don't want it. We don't want no problems. I'm going to put a screwdriver behind it so it doesn't roll. I didn't mention this part to you. I didn't know how to take it off, and it took a little bit of maneuvering. And do you see how it looks like as if it's kind of like it sets on a groove and it twists in? So if we look at this piece and assuming that this ignition was together, there's only one way this piece can go on. And I'm guessing, and it's just me taking a guess, I'm guessing it goes this way. Oh, I see. It's going to give me trouble now. So this is one of those pieces where if you take it off, you're going to have a hard time putting it back on. And in the process of that, you definitely want to be gentle. You definitely don't want to be rough with this. So it looks like it only goes on one way, being that there's a bottom and then the 2 hooks. So I do know that it goes this way. We wouldn't be struggling with this piece had we have just slid it out of this part out of the plastic sleeve. We wouldn't be in that kind of mess with this. I think I got an idea. I think we're going to take this rubber piece out. And when I take the rubber piece out, this plastic piece should slide back, giving me leverage to put this on, pulling it back and putting it together. But if I did that, how am I going to get the ignition in? So it looks like we got to get the ignition in safely and then put the faceplate on. Let's see if we could do this. Remember, if I had to press this down just to get it out, I'm going to have to press it down to get it back on. I don't see any damage inside of this cylinder. I don't want to stick my finger in there. There's grease in here, cylinder grease. I don't have none for it, and it's specific grease, I'm guessing. Now remember, to put it back on, this was the top part, and so I'm going to place it here for a moment. Remember that part that I kept calling a magnet? And I don't want to be twisting this over and over because I don't want it to fall. There's that magnet top part. And see, nothing on the bottom, but I don't want these wafers to fall out. Tumblers, wafers, whatever you want to call them. Thought I saw some dirt, debris. I don't want to be playing with it. Since I don't want these wafers to fall out, I don't want to face this lock upwards, because if I twist this up, the wafers could fall down. So I'm going to twist the lock sideways. With that magnet looking black piece facing up, well, it would be up this way, but we're going to turn it, and we're going to come back into this sleeve. As I'm putting it in, I feel that you have to slightly wiggle it. No, that's not the point. Guess what? It is this piece. You do got to have it down. So, oh, I found a way of doing it. Put your middle finger, your thumb, and then your top finger. And look. So let's see what we can do. Oh, there's one click that went in. And there goes another click. Ooh, look, this wafer almost fell out on the bottom. So maybe this is not the way to put it in. Well, let me tell you why. Because to get these wafers in and everything to run smooth, you're supposed to put the key in here. And when you put the key in here, the wafers close. And this cylinder puts back in. So if you want to get this cylinder out of here easy and back in, you're going to need the original key. Well, the customer didn't leave the key with me. And I don't know why I say customer, because I'm not charging for the job. I just really was curious and I really want to know what it was like to do a 2019. So I'm doing this for free. And I really can't afford to mess up, because if I mess up, I may have to pay for this. So I'm going to use my pick and push a wafer down. Oh, yep, that's the reason. So all this could be easy if you have a key. You put the key in here and this will just go down. If you do not have the key, you have to push the wafers down. Once you slide it back in, you're just going to reverse the process of how I did it. So let's see if I could get this piece in. Alrighty. Nope, I'm not having luck there. Oh, I guess I could stand it up right. Look at that, I'm able to stand it up. Being that I'm standing it up, maybe if I tilt it, I could get that spring down. So I'm going to push a wafer down up into its cylinder and see if I can push. Now I'm using two hands here, and I can tell you this is not fun. This is actually not for somebody who's impatient, or somebody who had 4 cups of coffee. There it is, look. See it click down? So now that I did the back, I'm going to have to do the front of the wafers. Let's see. And this is really tough. I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to squeeze that spring somehow. And I'm going to stick the pick on this side. And I'm gentle with it. I'm no dentist. Oh, there it goes. It moved some more. If I had the key to this, this would go so much more smoother. I don't want to cause damage, so you definitely want to be gentle. Alrighty. Remember that black magnet that was facing upwards? Maybe this is crooked. Alrighty, nope. So now we're back on this side. And let's see if we could get it in there. This is a cool little project. I like it. Oh, there it is. Look. So if you don't have the key, you're really going to need some kind of safety pin or something. Did we get it all the way down? You'll know you got it all the way down because remember this black piece here, the ring? It needs to go back into its original place, and as you can see, if I slide the ring on, it can't grip on nowhere on it. Could it be because of this lock pin? I wonder. It's a good question. Alright, so we're just going to keep working at this. Let's see if we can get this to sit even further down. If I don't finish out this video for you and I cut the video short, I'm guessing you pretty much get the idea. I felt like I've gone far enough with this video for you to understand how this works. And there I go. And I can't seem to get this pin in any further. Oh, I heard a click. There it is. And now that you look, there is now a place to put that ring on. See? Now we could put the ring on. Doesn't matter which way you put that ring on, I'm guessing. But since we have it in this position, I'll stick my finger down and I could turn it upside down. Look at that. So all I gotta do is push that ring down. And how am I gonna do that? Well, I'm gonna get my hand here and let's see if we could do it. I'm gonna go ahead, and I really would like it if my hand wasn't always in the way and you could see this a lot clearer. But I'm just gonna push it down. But I want to be also observant on how I'm pushing it down, because if you feel resistance or something that you know is not right, stop doing what you're doing. You don't want to damage it. I certainly don't. Nope. So it looks like it's gonna. This is the reason why they say right tool for the right job. Yep. So I'm gonna get this back. Whoa! I'm gonna get this back together. This was the piece that came out, and it all works. This was, I believe, part 5 video. So if there's a, is this part 5? I'm guessing, or is this part 6? Well, rather it being 5 or 6, you'll see in the description. The next video would be me sticking the key in the ignition and starting the car. I hope the car starts. I hope this works. I'd be really happy, and I would thank the vehicle owner for allowing me to go on my own curiosity or curious exploring this lock, tumbler, sleeve, ignition, all these words we could cram together. We'll place it back in here, and then we got to go get those 2 screws. Remember I was talking about those 2 screws for the mushroom head? We still got to go get those, and it didn't need a lot of force to take them off, so it's not a lot of force to screw them down. Put everything together and put the battery back on the battery, on the terminal that goes on the battery, the negative and positive. We'll put the negative back on the battery for the power. Start it up and see what happens. Here's the downfall to it. Even though we do get this running, the door handle, the key part on that's still damaged. But at least this person's able to go back and forth to work, grocery store, taking care of the things that this person needs to take care of on this person's daily mission. Pretty cool word. I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoy this one. This was pretty cool. Be safe in all you do, yeah?